If your team uses AI coding agents, MCP documentation servers, or Spiderfoot for security operations, patch and review exposure today. The lead issue is CVE 2026-75913 in CodeWhale, also called CodeWhale-tui. NVD lists the version range as 0.8.41 through before 0.8.64, with CVSS 9.3 critical. The risk is not a generic chatbot problem. A model-supplied value can reach a GET tool in a way that allows arbitrary file writes under the user running the agent. The immediate defensive action is to upgrade CodeWhale to 0.8.64 or later, disable auto-approved GET tooling for untrusted repositories, and review what files your agent workspace can touch. This matters because coding agents combine language model instructions with real local tools. If a tool is advertised as read-only, teams may allow it automatically. But one unsafe argument boundary can turn a routine repository lookup into a write to sensitive user files. Do not test exploit strings in production. Instead, treat repositories, issue text, model output, and tool parameters as untrusted until they are validated by the agent framework. The second AI agent issue is CVE 2026-75130 in context 7 through 2.1.2. NVD rates it critical at CVSS 9.0. The concern is prompt injection through custom AI instructions served by an MCP server to connected coding agents. In plain English, documentation or configuration delivered through MCP can become instructions that the agent obeys, including attempts to expose environment credentials or delete local files. Defenders should restrict or disable custom instructions, isolate MCP sources, and avoid letting agents combine untrusted documentation with broad file system or secret access. The third issue is CVE 2026-75626 in Spiderfoot, an OSINT and security automation tool. NVD lists CVSS 9.3 critical. External scan data such as server banners and metadata can flow into correlation titles that were not properly HTML escaped, creating stored cross-site scripting in an operator's browser. For security teams, the practical risk is exposure of API keys, sessions, or sensitive operator context when viewing scan results. Here is the defensive checklist. First, inventory CodeWhale, context 7 MCP server deployments, and Spiderfoot instances. Second, update CodeWhale to 0.8.64 or later and apply vendor or project fixes for context 7 and Spiderfoot as they are released. Third, remove auto-approval from tools that write files, run commands, or read secrets. Fourth, segment AI agent workspaces from SSH keys, cloud credentials, and production repositories. Fifth, sanitize and review MCP content, repository content, and scan data before it reaches privileged automation. CISA KEV was checked during this run. Any result is recorded in the source notes. This briefing is defensive only, no proof of concept code, no exploit commands, and no step-by-step attack chain. Use the official NVD, GitHub advisory, vendor, and research links in the description to validate affected versions and patch status in your environment.